I just want to return quickly to this idea about the transparent society, which, if you haven't seen these videos before, is about a society proposed partly by David Brin but developed by other people, in which technology, particularly surveillance technology, becomes omnipresent, but not just available to a central security system, but also to everybody. So everybody can see what everybody else is doing. A bit like YouTube on steroids, I guess. Yeah, what I've been thinking about, there's a lot to think about that, I think, actually. But one of the things I'm thinking about is in terms of searching and problems and yeah, kind of what happens at the interface between the problem and its solution. That sounds a bit complex, doesn't it? But I mean, certainly something like the Google organization, which is founded on the idea of search. I mean, all Google's products supposedly have the USP, the unique selling point of being concerned with search. You know, whether it be maps or online data or desktop-based data or scholarly data or whatever it is, it's all about search. And the quality of Google is measurable almost by how easy those searches are, by the number of milliseconds it takes for the search results to come up on the Google search engine or whatever, or the clarity of the search results that come up on a YouTube search. But as society becomes more transparent, which in Google terms and YouTube terms and these terms I'm talking about now would be, you know, better access to the data, better freedom of access to the data, that ability to search for what you want will become faster and faster, and it already is, really. I mean, you used to have to go to the library to get a book out if you wanted to find something out. You know, it used to take quite a long time, quite a lot of effort. You had to get on the bus or whatever, you know, it was all this pain in the arse stuff. And now you just foodle around with Google for a while and you're there. But there's still a small amount of footling going on. But that footling time is going down. And information comes to you very, very easily now. Excuse me. Or comparatively easy, at least, anyway. And sometimes comes to you almost unbidden. You know, it's certainly shopping information, consumer-based information, which is, you know, for obvious reasons, the driver in a lot of this. I mean, that comes to you whether you want it or not. You know, because Google does word searches of your email and searches your logs your browsing habits. It brings you products that you might want to buy based on your desires. That's the idea of it, at least. Same with Facebook and the rest. So there's hardly any need to search for anything. You know, the book you want is being advertised on your desktop next to the article that you're reading that's vaguely related to it. You know, I don't know, some exotic form of coffee bean is being advertised next to this conversation you're having on YouTube about the various merits of coffees. You know, so all this stuff is happening. So the idea of search, that moment of I don't know something, I better go and find this thing out. Now I know it. You know, that little moment there is compressing and almost being elided completely, almost being completely erased by the push of the media, or rather the search is taking place, but it's taking place outside of your own head and out in the network somewhere. You know, the transparency of the network is effectively offloading, allowing you to offload or outsource the searches you would need to make for the solutions to problems. All that cognitive effort is being outsourced onto the network. I mean, it's a bit of a shame it's just for consumer products right now, pretty much. But I can certainly imagine a situation in which that's advanced, in which all of the things that we're concerned with just present themselves really easily to us. You know, the video you need is there almost before the glimmering of a desire to see it has emerged. And the search results, the information you want is just to hand. You know, it's like that fantastic sensation called the library angel, where you're thinking about something and you pull a book off the library and open it at random and it's exactly the information you want is to hand there. That serendipitous moment. That happens very rarely in kind of linear culture, pre-internet linear culture. But it happens all the time now, you know, all the time. You know, the information you need is almost always really close by. You know, and you almost never, as I say, never feel a desire for it. Yeah, it's almost as if, again, it's almost as if the boundaries of your desire, the point where you meet the world, and that meeting point, which usually takes the form of a desire or a feeling or a sensation of some kind, that meeting point between self and world has been pushed out, so it's no longer close to you. So you don't even get this feeling of scrambling around for information. The scrambling around is happening way beyond the surface of your skin, way outside of your conscious thought processes, way beyond your individual thought processes, in the kind of collective cognitive activities of the internet at large. Maybe I should, maybe transparency isn't an entirely great word. It's something like frictionless, I think. Transparency and frictionless. The transparency of transparent society has no friction in it, where that between the rubbing surfaces of your desire for something and the satisfaction of that desire, that friction is largely gone, really.